guys, how you doing? We're introducing Miss Charity. She is my technically second guest on Talks with DP. So, Miss Charity, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, let the people know who you are.
All right. Well, my name is Charity White. I am an academic advisor at Coastal. I am also an adjunct instructor at South Alabama, and I also teach at Coastal. So I wear plenty of hats. I am a first month PhD student at South Alabama. So I am extremely busy because I have to juggle so much. Let's see. Some of my hobbies would probably be calligraphy. That is my self care. I like to just sit down in my office at home and just practice fancy handwritings. That way I just, could take my mind off of so much. So that's pretty much it about me.
Okay. Well, y'all heard, she also got a lot going on and everything like that. So, definitely, congratulations on that, Miss Charity.
Thank you.
You do an awesome job here at the college, and I'm pretty sure the same over there at South as well. Okay. So the next question I have for you: what made you want to start doing advising here at the college?
Well, I started off working in Trio, and I was there for 5 years. Well, it was almost as if the students would come to me before they would go to anybody else. So I would just be that advisor, or I guess they say, you're my therapist, you're my auntie, you're my uncle. I would give the advice. So when they created the advising position, I said, I'm going to apply. And then I said, I'm not going to apply. I'm going to apply. So I decided to apply for the position, and I was blessed to definitely be in this place, in this space, because this just being able to talk to everybody and all of our students has blessed me. It's like a ministry now, because I do more than just advise our students. I have to be their cheerleaders. I have to encourage. I have to motivate, and as well as inspire. So that's why I have to stay going hard. So y'all go hard. So that's why I love doing what I do, and that's how I ended up here in advising.
Okay, and definitely she does all that what she says. I come and talk to her every other week. Just sit down and have a conversation with her. I should have recorded yesterday too, because it was a very intense conversation about just goals and what I try to be. So definitely, if y'all comment on this video, I'm pretty sure she's on there. She'll comment back with you, mean you got any questions or stuff like that, and just talk to her. I feel like everything she has, on a level of wisdom and knowledgeable, information, she can help out, all y'all out there that may need some help outside the classroom. So, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask questions, about life and anything in the classroom. So,
All right.
definitely. So, question 3: what is your goals to accomplish next, and what do you see yourself in a couple years?
My next big goal is to really get my PhD in instructional design and development. I am a huge fan of creating curriculums for people, creating manuals, creating guides, creating things on how to be a way or a certain way. Because sometimes we need a little guidance. And every time your mentor can't always be there, but just having a bit of instruction is what I would like to do. So, being a part of that PhD program at South Alabama, and completing it is going to be my next biggest goal. However, I want to say another goal of mine, is to take a vacation. I haven't been on a vacation in 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I went to Mexico, and that was fun. But I want to go somewhere tropical where I'm not on anybody's itinerary. I want to walk out of my hotel room to the beach. And I think that's my next That's my goal after I finish my PhD.
Okay, so like the Bahamas or something like that.
Yeah, I want one of those huts that's in the water
Oh wow.
where I'm not even gonna come out. Just not gonna come out. I want a refrigerator with everything there.
Oh yeah, hydration is important.
Yes.
I definitely relate to that because you do need some time a vacation, kind of just clear your head. A lot of people don't think about that. They think that there's always work.
Mhm.
You need a vacation to kind of make sure that everything kind of keeps everything in play.
Mhm.
It helps you stay organized. Every time I went on vacation, I would come back. I would be more, productive and more driven to do stuff because I'm like, well, I like where I was at. I want to kind of keep going,
Mhm.
maybe annually or every so often. So I definitely, I agree with the whole vacation. I mean, you definitely need that, in my opinion, to just stay at a level of, awareness and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, question 4: how important is having faith and being committed to be great?
Faith is something that we all should have with us everywhere we go. They say, a little mustard seed of faith goes a long ways. I want 10. I want 10 mustard seeds with me. I want a mustard seed to put anywhere that I am because I think faith and remaining faithful and loyal to the good man above is what has gotten me here today. Because I didn't know what was my purpose. And I was reading books trying to figure out a purpose, and I just kept saying I have to be mindful and be faithful that God is going to tell me and put me in a place where He's going to show me what my purpose is. And out of the clear blue sky one day, this girl wrote on a postcard and said advocate. And I said, oh my God. I'm an advocate, but I'm an advocate for higher education. Like, I'm an advocate because I want African American people to go to school, to get that education, because we are so smart, we are so powerful, we are so bright, we are so sharp and talented until we have to believe it.
Exactly.
We have to believe it. So I think that's where faith has brought me thus far.
Okay. And like, what do you think about being committed to the fact of being great? As you just stated, a lot of primarily African American students often feel discouraged because of their background, their current situation, all the other things that kind of are a roadblock essentially to them. And they often don't keep pushing towards the level of greatness, basically self accountability. So what do you think about being committed to the fact of being great, and how can you other students, just people in general life, can be committed?
Being great, that's cute. I still don't think I'm great. I don't think I'm there yet. So I think in order to be great, I have to continue to think I'm striving for greatness. I'm striving for greatness. So my job is to constantly never give up and to always be a better me. My competition is always going to be me. Where was I last year? Okay. I need to be in a better place than I was last year. So always trying to remain ahead of the game. My mom has always told me, Charity, in order to beat the teacher, you got to get ahead of the teacher. So I am that person that in order to get those good grades, in order to seem as if I'm coming off as being great, I try to get ahead. I always work ahead. I try to think ahead because I have to prepare for the unknown. So, and I try to tell my students, work ahead, work around, look ahead, have a plan A, B, and C.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely need to always strive for greatness and definitely work ahead if you can. That's how I always have done it anyway. And my mother's person told me, if you want to definitely get somewhere in life and be successful, make sure your education is always implemented as like a number two kind of outside of it. Because I always was taught, keep God first in anything you do, because without that number one, then everything else ain't gonna fall like it needs to in place. So I always kind of keep everything structured with me, and that's how I was brought up. And I feel like that's very important when you know that you're not exactly in the terms of great yet, but you're striving for greatness, because it keeps the journey and it definitely keeps your purpose, and all the creativity and all that fuel. So
yeah,
I definitely agree with that. I feel like more people need that, like just that strive mentality instead of, well, I got it quick and I'm done. I mean, they just look at popularity as in terms of greatness, and I'm like, it's the opposite. That's true. It is very much true. So, on the last question I have for you is, what is your message to the world?
Mental health. I think today, COVID has set us back really 2 years. And a lot of people have just forgotten about compassion. They've forgotten about just love everybody. We are in the same world. We are not going to another earth. We are on the same planet. We have to live here together. ELE, everybody love everybody. I got that from the movie Semi-Pros. And we have to talk, like, you don't have to sleep with that person, but deal with it. Just deal with it. Stop killing, stop using guns, and take care of your mental health. And for my African American people, I'm gonna look at the camera. Get you a therapist, please. Everybody needs some couch time. Everybody needs that, because we just never know what we are going through mentally and how we present ourselves to other people around us. Because my mom said all looks are not alike, all hoes are not a crack, and all Negroes sure ain't black. Which means everything that we see about a person on the surface, because they are smiling and happy on the inside, we never know who they are behind closed doors. So everybody love everybody. You never know how we could affect someone else's day. One of my next things that I would like to do is pay it forward for somebody, and just take care of it for them, and then just walk away. You don't need an explanation. You don't need a thank you. Just know you've done an act of kindness. And drink alkaline water. That's it.
Yeah, definitely stay hydrated.
Yes.
That's very much true. Everything you just said, towards the end. I mean, I feel like that message itself, a lot of people, when they tend to look at videos and stuff like that, they never hear the true message of it. They always look at the other stuff. I just feel like at that point, you're trying to, steer away from what was just said that was true, that kind of pertains to your life, and that can help you change. One of the things I always say, the quote I had, I said, people sometimes are afraid, to outgrow old ways.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to outgrow those old ways, because maybe what God has for you ahead, it requires a new, set of habits, a new way of thinking, a new surrounding, a new environment. So all that has, to me, a very, key role in your success and where you want to get to. Don't ever feel bad, like if you don't really belong in a certain area with certain people, you have to just accept, what's not there anymore, and just move on and get around other people that, have the mindset, and hang around people that are doing what you want to do.
Yes.
And I always say in positive terms, not the other way. Because a lot of people let that go over their head, like, oh, you mean hang around anybody? No. Positivity is what's going to keep you thriving.
That's right.
So that's definitely important.
Stay positive.
Exactly. Y'all heard that. Stay positive. Hashtag stay positive.
Yes.
That is very much true. No negativity, y'all. Life is too precious for that. And it's definitely not, we're here for a good time and not a long time. But I feel like the words we speak and the things we do, it definitely is an impact on the world.
Yeah.
It can go on for decades and centuries, or even so on. So
Yeah.
it can definitely be in some books or something like that one day.
Oh, you're right.
Well, y'all, that is gonna be a wrap on the podcast. Ms.Charity, she's busy, I'm pretty sure, so she better get ready to get off.
But you can find me on Instagram at She Academically Locked In or Academically Locked In. I have 2 different pages. I will respond to both. And on, Twitter at Dr. Dimples. So find me, Dimples with a Z.
Okay, and what I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm gonna get all that. I'm gonna put it at the end of the video, so you can just find all that at the end of the video. You can follow her. Give us some feedback on the podcast. You know what I mean? Like, always keep it love. I feel like that's really important because, in my opinion, she did phenomenal today. And I hope this is kind of a stepping stone for many more interviews she does in the future. I always try to encourage others, just to keep pushing and doing the things that they, wouldn't do. Because I know how it feels when you don't want to do something, when you're nervous and you feel secure. I know how it feels. So I'm just always happy to make sure someone, can always feel, a sense of, I guess you can say, a gratitude about themselves, essentially. So, Ms.Charity, I feel like you got, definitely a sense of gratitude about yourself.
Thank you.
Everything you said was just, it was amazing. And I feel like a lot of people can be touched by this. And they can definitely take a lot of the quotes that you learned from your mother that, to me, those are like always gems.
Yeah.
Like, they always come back no matter at what point in life because it's gonna just make sense.
That's right.
It's like Old Testament's almost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Proverbs. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, y'all, like I said, again, Ms.Charity, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
And again, y'all, I'm gonna have all her social media stuff at the end of the video. What I'll do is either we'll put a QR code at the end of the video, or I'll kind of type it out and just have a good picture, stuff like that. Let you know where to follow her on all her social medias. So, anything else you want to say before we close it out, Ms.Charity? Anything else?
Nothing. I really want to just say thank you for having me on your podcast. I am so excited about the talk with DP. And I look forward to seeing what this podcast, how it takes off.
It will definitely be in, my top million of, videos that I do. And like I said, I always am happy when others, give me an opportunity to come and interview them, because a lot of people wouldn't.
Right.
Of whatever insecurity they may have. I'm not out here trying to chase clout. I'm out here trying to make impact.
That's right.
So that's just my goal. So again, y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in. Talks with DP on YouTube, on any other social media platforms, as you already know. And if you want to be on the podcast, you can send an email at talkswithdp@gmail.com. That's all lowercase. You can send me an email, let me know some information, and we can set up a call on Zoom or anything like that, and go from there. Because I'm always trying to help anybody out there, and I want the world to hear your message, because you matter, and it's okay to not be okay, because you're gonna be better on better days. So, closing out, y'all stay blessed, and keep thriving for greatness, and always keep God first in everything you do. All right, y'all, bye.